and welcome everybody. I'm Christian from Berlin, and in the early days, the blues flat fifth was also called the devil's note. That means today we're going to manage the absolutely incredible thing. We are pleasing the devil and the Lord at the same time. Hallelujah. Sheet music. I just managed 40,000 subscribers, so this is going to be my Jubilee edition, and I'm going to put a free lesson on top of the volume that it already exists. So if you buy it now, you get the free volume as an update into an email automatically. Exploit me. Let's just go and learn. I hope you enjoy this. So let's get started. We keep the usual order. First I show you the chords, then we play a bit of scale just to be safe with both hands, and then we go to the yummy stuff after that, and that's also the order you should practice this in. And I stole the chords from a famous gospel tune. The name escaped me right now. So many things escape my mind these days. I'm getting older. And it's stealing, but the musical term for stealing is getting inspired or paying tribute or paying a homage to. We start with the C major chord. That's probably your favorite chord. The C triad, oh, that's lovely. And we have a descending bass line, and that always sounds great. We have the C with the B flat in the bass, C, the B flat is just the bass line going down. And then we have the F with the A in the bass. You see, it's an F inversion, lovely. By now you should know that too. Otherwise, learn another instrument. And we have then the F with the 1, the root, the 5, and the minor 7 here. Then we go to the G, a C with a G in the bass. Look at this. Sorry. That is so gospel-y. That is so gospel-y. The Lord will like that. G, C with the G in the bass. And then we have a typical gospel chord. Well, this is a typical gospel progression, but very often when you have in C, we have the minor 6. In this case, the A minor 7, which is the 6th degree chord of C. That is A minor 7. From the A minor 7, remember also the voicing here, 1, 3, 7. We're advancing, so you now know that what a 1, 3, 7 voicing is, right? Third, 1 is for the root. The 3 is, because it's a minor chord, it's the minor third. And we have the 7 here, the minor 7, 1, 3, 7 voicing. And we have the D7, and we have also 1, 3, 7 voicing, and we have the G7, 1, 3, 7 voicing. That's the first part. We have is a two-part progression. So quickly repeating, C, and we have a 3/4 bar, very common in gospel, 3/4 bar, and then F with A in the bass, and then F with the 1, 3, 1, 5, 7 voicing. Then the C with the G in the bass. Then our lovely 6th step in minor, A minor 7, and D7, and G7. Now comes the second part. Very gospel too, very typical of gospel. And it would be a mistake to do something typical of tango if we are in a gospel tutorial. That was not funny, Christian. Okay, then we have the C. Watch my left hand. I'll just play a little bit right hand. So C, and then we do this. I leave out the right hand. Then we have the C7. Look at this. Look at this inversion of the C7. Do you understand it? Yes, you're my students. You're the best students in the world. You get this easily. C7 inversion. Here's the 7. And we have the F major chord. And then we have the F sharp diminished. That is so gospel-y. Hallelujah. F sharp diminished, 2 minor thirds. And then we have again the C. It's a little bit hidden here, the C, but it's a C chord with G in the bass. And we have the G7 fulfilled. And then we have the F with C in the bass. Yes, it's an F. F would be here, but we leave it out. and resolving to C. Yeah, it's a little bit more to learn for you this time because we have a two-part progression. I'll play it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 second part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and you guess it, 3. You're so good. Okay, what we do now to become independent a little bit and get the sound, and also to show you that also very little in the right hand is also producing sweet heavenly sound, and that's what we want from this. So first I make you familiar playing the major pentatonic over this, and the major pentatonic is, you see, it's major pentatonic scale. And so first part, and as I told you, now we're adding devil's notes to the heavenly choir singing the gospel in the left hand here. It already sounds great, no? Reminds of Oscar Peterson a bit. He's a traditionalist. He paired gospel with blues elements a lot. So again, we have the major pentatonic, very standard for gospel again. And down we play the blues scale. Devil's music. And since it was so beautiful, we just do it again. If something is beautiful, you're going to repeat it. Now. You don't have to do this. And, what did I tell you? And amen. First part achieved. Yeah, this is like reminiscent of this. It's coming back later. The F dissolving F with C in the bass and dissolving to the C is like the subdominant. A. That was a devil's voice. Man. You see? You have that, and you remember that from gospel church sermon. Amen. Now go all to your families and be good boys and girls. And we have that hidden here. You see? An F dissolving F with C and dissolving to C. And we will make use of that. We will exploit that. Of course, if there's a good idea, we exploit it. If there's a good friend, we exploit him. That's how life goes. If we have a good husband, he lets us, or wife, he lets us exploit them. Like give away the credit card and whatever. So now we're doing a bit more bluesy stuff now, and basically we will see the chords are already gospely, so we can, to make it mingle and play gospel blues, we have the gospel chord in the left hand, and so we play rather bluesy stuff in the right hand. Okay, paired with a little bit of the major pentatonic. You see, it's always a little mix, but we will try to, tickle it a little bit. Okay, now watch this. we have the ooh, how we like that. So we have this element. We start again with the major pentatonic. And then great, something new. And then I'm a good teacher. I'm like repeating stuff and mixing it with a little new elements. I hope I'm a good teacher. You can never tell about yourself you're good at anything. It's always up to the others to tell you you're good. Go tell me. Tell it on the mountain. Okay. Here, you see? That was the first part. You see what we did? Blues element. And going down the blues scale. And here now. Here. It's the drone lick. You see? That's how easy it is to create wonderful sound. It's not hard, is it? If something beautiful is not hard, that's the ideal, You can always bluff your way through with complex and ever-fasting stuff. But if something simple sounds good, that's jackpot. Then second part. Same element you learned before. And same. You see? This what we just learned works on both parts of the chord progression. Wonderful. Wonderful lesson this is already. Oh, I might have been, I just came out from the COVID fever. I might be confused, over-enthusiastic, and being too overconfident. So now we do this. You know this already from blues. We dissolve our royal thirds. Yeah? And we see if that fits over the chords in left hand. I can tell you already because I tested this before. It fits. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and hey, let's try it over the second part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Now let's do this. Something new. 1 and sorry. Ooh. That sounds nice. Okay, that's the second part of the chord progression again. One and 2 and 3, and now comes the second, the new stuff here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and amen. 1 2 and 3 and 1. And for this I got inspired by Oscar Peterson. Where was that? Where I first heard that. It's probably not the only person who played that, but a famous example. It's from Hymn to Freedom. Hymn to Freedom, where I saw this. Something like this. You see, it's the A man in the end, and it feels nicer. The voice movement here, the inner voice, and with a little slide, reminding the believer we are still also a little bit in the devil's music. Okay, now if we want to play the whole thing, like second example, speeding up a little bit, you know, we have always the possibility to, I realized many or some of you just did not know, you can slow down on the YouTube player itself by 25%, 50%, or you can even stop the whole thing. So you just go on the YouTube player and there's a little setting, a little wheel. I don't know what's the term for that, machine wheel. And you click on that and you can slow it down to yourself. So if you're one of the slow ones, no, just kidding, you just watch it in slower. Okay, now I play in a little bit steady. And 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and Amen. I like it. Next thing. We have a beautiful line going down. And going down, to stay with our analogy, you know, is in Christianity, of course, everything is going down, except we have a beautiful afterlife in heaven where it's, you know, we're all hoping for that. We have a prospect. But again, in blues, everything is going down. You lose your girl, you lose your money, you lose your home, and there's no hope. So, but, you know, the first part is similar in both cases. Let's have a look. If you want to have a little bit more rhythm in the left hand, you could, for example, play this. I play the first line. You see what I did? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. If I speak it like that, it sounds like a German military march. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right hand. So it's 1, yeah, you get it, huh? Of course you get it. Now, right hand, we do this. Ah! Okay. And the same. Where was I? Yeah. This is basically very much an Oscar Peterson line. Okay, shall I repeat it in slow? Again, we start. Everything going down till doomsday. Here you do blues scale, oversetting. Oversetting again, you know this from previous tutorials. If you paid attention, subscribe to learn everything on my channel. I'm lost, okay. Here. You see? It's easy to play. You can even play it fast very soon. Here we have the 2-5. I call it the 2-5 business. Here, E flat and A, B flat and E, G flat and C, and we're landing on F. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And we just do the same. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, isn't that beautiful? I'm repeating myself. Now, second part. Here, we do the drone lick. There's a little hope. We're going up. Question mark. You know, it's begging for an answer, this chord, no? Okay, second part again. Like, that is so easy. This is truly easy blues piano. That is easy. Blues piano is great sound. Our beloved drone lick upwards. But you see, also in blues, sometimes there's a little hope, you know? Yes, I lost my money, but I did not lose my flat yet. But next day you get an eviction. So this is a little hope passage. Sorry. Is there hope? Question mark. Oh, no, it's going down. Like the one before. We will repeat. 1 and 2. And going down. Amen. Yeah, you get that? You want me to play the whole thing? Where was I? Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, 3, 1, and then we have the drone lick, the hope. Question mark, and going down the hill. Amen. That's the way it should be. Okay, let's move on. So originally I wanted to stop here, but I had more ideas, and my second name is generosity, so we go on for a little. We do this. What do we have here? We start again with a simple triad and gentrified a little bit. Here. And the A. Just remember the A, the rest is self-explanatory. Here. Use the second finger twice and use the second finger, because then we can easily reach out with the fifth finger to the A. Da, 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 da. And the A. We do the same again. And emptiness, and 1, 2, and we do the same again. That's lovely teaching. Again the same, and 3, and you see, I play the same phrase that's for easier teaching, you know. It's just more fun and easier to remember. But as usual, as before, I played the coda of each phrase a little bit different, so it gives it gives a new entity if I end the repeated phrase with something else. In this case, here, this one. So you just have to remember the end of that. Okay. Now we go to little blues scale stuff. We have the run up part here, the up part. And this is, the trick here is, remember, we go up the blues scale from C, back, and then set in again here. We do a little bum bum bum, a little bit of airtime. We miss out on 2 blues scale notes. And come back here. Second finger, and again second finger. Triplets. 1 and 2 2 2 3 3 3. Same. 1 and 2 2 2 3. And here we have a little variation, and very popular this little thing. Before you remember, we did this one, we skipped this one bit here. And here comes something new. Well, it's only half new. Let's have a look at the last 3 pages, right, Christian? 3 bars. Here we have, you remember our beloved 6th here. And we dissolve them, and that sounds just great. It sounds more expensive, and it costs us a penny for sounding much more expensive. That's a good deal. Here. And then, instead of just playing doom, doom, we play a variation now. Bop, bop. I'm all for variations. Blues is all about variations. There is so little material, like in classical and jazz. You can do all kinds of modal stuff, chromatic stuff, pa-pa-pi, pa-pa-po. In blues, we have the blues scale, we have the pentatonic, and a little bit blah, blah, blah. And licks are just composed of very basic elements. And so we have to be creative in blues, even more than in all others, because we have less basic material, and we have to do wizardry from reduced stuff. Okay, that's the trick about blues piano. It's a hard trick. Okay, so now I think that's quite beautiful. That doesn't matter if I think so. You must think so. Next one, and here, we are raising the heat a little bit. A couple of new elements. Let's have a look. Again, we ask ourselves, what is this? If we understand what it is, memorizing is much easier. And in this case, also, finger setting helps you memorizing the whole thing. So let's have a look first at what it is what we play here in the beginning. Here. Here. This, as you are good students, that means you're following my channel, subscribe, makes your life happier, makes your play better. And this is are basically all notes of the major blues scale. Major blues scale is the major pentatonic, that's this one, Plus, this little fella here is the major blues scale, as opposed to the minor blues scale. You see? Okay, we start with the major blues scale, and our aim is to reach the fifth finger here. We have to take that into consideration, that we want to play in the end this one here, and with a finger setting, so that we pay attention that we have the first finger on the D, twice the second finger on E flat and E, so that now, you see, we are set to play this easily. We don't get into trouble here, having too few fingers left, okay? So, remember, finger setting, first finger on D, and major blues scale starting on the G. First finger, twice the second, and now. And a brief hint, what is this? That's right, we are changing from the major blues scale to the right here. We play down the minor blues scale. And that's another example of how we mingle the sounds of major and minor blues scale and pentatonic in blues and also in gospel piano. So, here, up the major blues scale. Now, going down the minor blues scale, jumping from here with the fourth finger on the G flat, important. And then our beloved two finger business, 2-5 here. Just a little bit, but you know these elements by now. And we finish the root here. It's not the root 66, it's the root Christian Fuchs. Okay, that's not too bad, the root. Again. Bop, bop, bop. Down the blues scale, fourth finger here. And 2-5 finger business, briefly. And finishing this root. And as usual, we repeat it. And only here we play the G here, okay? Because we are adding the phrase on a different chord, so we have to take that into consideration and play the finishing note of this repetition of the phrase is the G. Remember that. Oh, now we do boogie stuff. But it's not just boogie stuff, it's blues stuff, and we can use it in, as obviously, in gospel piano. And this, yeah, a little bit of blues firepower. You know that. It's, here, second finger repeats, sliding down. And triplets. That's easy. And it goes on. But now, oh, remember this bit. This does not sound too nice if we stay here with the F sharp diminished. See, we have to take into consideration that we play chord notes here of the F sharp diminished, and that is why I go from that's nice. This is also in the scale of the diminished scale. We don't bother about that, it just sounds great. And we dissolve it to the chord note. See? Look, left and right hand. Look what I do. Oh, it's so good. And now comes something new. And this is actually would be for at least intermediate blues piano players, maybe for advanced. But when we play it slow and when I explain it to you, you can play it. Why would it be for more advanced? Because we play parallel chords. And you see a lot of dots there, black dots stacked, and oh, another chord, and I have to, especially, you have to play it swing. Like, wow, how can I ever play this? Oh, my light just went off. Can you still see my hands? Hopefully. Okay. Battery. But let's just go on in the dark here. But I will explain you what it is. I will soon put out a gospel piano tutorial where I repeat this. The thing of, let's have a look. Why can I play this? That sounds so gospelly, isn't it? You see, this is the C. And what is this? This is the D minor. And you will learn in gospel piano that you can, if you reharmonize the melody, the top melody, you can run chords on top of what is going below. Briefly, just passing chords, supporting the melody. This is the melody. And we follow with chords, and certain chords fit. In this case, we are in C. Don't get irritated by that. It's G here. We are in C, and it's the second degree of C is D minor, and we can harmonize a melody with the supporting D minor chord. So we go back. What is this? And look at it closer. Look at it again. You are smart people. Look. Hold on. Isn't just an inversion? Yes. So it's C, D minor, C, D minor. And this is why you can play it. And we are back on C. See? This is why I let you play this today and feel like a true advanced. And here we have also a new element. We have the augmented 5 of G. And then, before we played this one, here we just add another note. Do you recognize this? D is the D minor. We could also play it like this. You see? Over C, the D minor, or even D minor 7, here. You remember parallel chords? Okay, so. Now, here. Where were the? Here, D augmented 7 with the, yeah. Amazing Grace. See, we have that also. I stole it. I steal everything. Yeah, we have the same augmented chord. Coming soon. So this is the last one, and it's the best one. Are you the ones when you have a beautiful dinner plate with all this stuff, lamb chops, cauliflower, potatoes, you keep the best for last as a kid? Whatever, the too salty cauliflower for last. Okay, let's get going. What do we have here? We have the this rundown. How do we play that here? That then just repeats here. An octave down. Okay, so we just have to learn it once. Here. This is what we have. We have the C major chord dissolved. We go to the A, and the first is triplets. Da da da. And it's just repeated in just swing eighth notes. What da da bop bop bop. Otherwise the same. Oversetting important here. And now, what is that beauty, that mysterious beauty here? We have this slip note here from G to A, and I now have about 5 names for this. Grace note, accidental, slip note, 2-finger power slide. I could do a tutorial just on the words I use. Okay. Here. Move over quickly. And we have a drone lick going down here, going down the drain from E flat, D, C. Shall we have it again? Yes. Oversetting, slip note, and going down the drone lick. And then we have just have it repeated. Sorry. And same. You got that bit, huh? Again. Slip note, drone, repeated. Slip note, down the drone, down the drain is down the drone. And then we go from G with C in the C with G in the bass. We go, and you tell me what this is. What is this, people? You should know that by now. Here. This is the major pentatonic, a part of it without the D, like oversetting, undersetting on the A, that we reach out. We want to arrive here with our favorite upward slide fingers. And this is so much harder if we play it with 4-5. We want to do it with 3-4. We got to pay attention for the finger setting before. Here, now. And so, arrive. Target fulfilled. Mission impossible. Okay. So, that's an easy bit, huh? Here, just up the... There's something not right. No, it is correct. No, it's not correct. Oh no. Yeah. That's right. Second part. The up part, where we move up with the left hand. And this is one of our favorite, but it's always part of the favorite students' licks. And here's just a variation on that. There are like billions of variations of that idiom that is so popular. 1 and 2 and 3 and that's all. That's all. It repeats. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and you see 1 and 2. Only repeat the second finger. And again. And again. And we reach the, as before, we have to consider the chord in left hand, the F sharp, diminished. So here, landing on a beautiful spot. And again, a last variation on how we played it before. 1, 2. Here. This one, you remember, it's just an octave higher. And here comes the variation. Okay, here, last 3 bars again. 1 and 2 and then you just cheat with the finger setting. And You see, it's another variation on the one before. We had this one, Amen. We had this one, and now we have 1 and 2. All eighths are filled until the count 3 here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and what I want you to do now is, we have an evil side, a sinful side, and a good side. So we have an evil, the devil's thumb, and the Lord's thumb. And of course, life is all about, suppressing the evil. So that's what you do. You take the good thumb and you just, you win over the evil side, and then only the good thumb is left, and that you press on the like button. Helps my channel a lot. I say thanks for coming by. I hope you're good. I hope you're not sinful, just occasionally. And I say, cheers from Berlin. Thanks.